While the focus at E3 was on the gang getting back together for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, we're eagerly anticipating who the next new character may be. And Gabe, I think we've got a good lead here with Simon Belmont.
Yeah, for anybody unfamiliar with Simon Belmont, he is the main protagonist of Castlevania, Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest. He's also made an appearance as a playable character in Castlevania Judgment, as well as Castlevania Harmony of Despair, one of the most popular Castlevania characters. He has a very iconic whip with the vampire killer, so it's pretty easy to imagine a moveset there. This would be really, really cool.
Yes, now this is not a new idea. We in fact did discuss it before E3, but what is new here is the confirmation of many of the other surrounding rumors that now have been officially established because of E3. So the initial Simon Belmont tip came from user Vergaben over on GameFAQs, and he called out quite a bit that ended up coming to fruition, and it's beyond Smash as well. This guy has a pretty good track record. Of course, he has some misses, but he did discuss such things as Ridley being a newcomer and specifically being announced at E3, the return of Ice Climbers, the fact that everyone from Smash 4 would be back, no cuts, that this was a new game, but it is reusing assets. And he mentioned things in the past, such as Dark Souls Remastered, such as Dragon Ball FighterZ coming to Switch. He discussed Star Fox Grand Prix. He discussed Metroid Prime 4 being developed by Bandai Namco. He has a few misses, specifically with Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite and a few roster additions to Dragon Ball FighterZ. But the guy is pretty good when it comes to correctly calling things. He also, right before the E3 Direct began, stated that Mario Party 11 would be announced with an online mode and that Smash Bros. Subtitle was Ultimate. So this guy clearly has good info. And the one or two things that did not come true at E3 from his Smash Bros. Callout were a Minecraft inclusion, which seems plausible given Nintendo and Xbox's little love affair that's going on Twitter right now with the Minecraft retail version coming to Switch, and then this Simon Belmont character edition. So everything else has lined up. There's no reason why this would not as well.
Yeah, and I think it's important to say that with all conjecture and rumor and stuff like this, we take it with some grains of salt. But, assuming this is real, that has some very cool implications. Simon coming to Smash is, awesome, right? I mentioned the vampire killer whip that he has. It's a very iconic weapon, as mentioned. But then this means that if Simon's coming, who's to say more new characters aren't coming? Of course, getting everybody back together has been a tall task, and they have been pretty clear about that. That's the focus. But, you and I spoke at E3, and we did say, hey, there's probably still more new characters, but I don't think that there's just going to be just Ridley and Inklings, and that's it. So Simon potentially coming, do you think that opens the door to even more characters? And how do you feel about Simon in Smash?
I absolutely think there will be more reveals. Bill Trinan said that they have much more to reveal about Smash leading up to launch, and even though Sakurai did say, hey, I hope you weren't expecting too many new guys, I think too many new guys is maybe 10, but I don't think 4 or 5 is outside the realm of possibility, especially given the fact that Nintendo has an incredible focus on DLC right now and extending the longevity of games and bringing players back month after month. There's nothing to say that this game won't have a DLC pass of its own that brings new characters into the fold. And Sakurai has worked with Konami in the past. We know that he's good friends with Kojima, and that's how the whole Snake inclusion came about. But also, at this year's E3, they revealed Bomberman as an assist trophy, and after the merger, Bomberman is now a property of Konami as well, so there clearly are lanes of communication between Sakurai and Konami, which would make a Castlevania inclusion completely possible.
Yeah, do you think that this would be a character that you would have any pull towards, maybe as having it be one of your main? Do you like Castlevania as much? I don't even know your history with the series.
I don't have a ton of personal love for Castlevania. I think he'd be a really good fit. As you mentioned, the moveset is pretty self-evident, based on his weaponry and based on his game history. So it would be a good fit. I think, Snake is maybe not one of the ultimate favorite characters, but he is pretty beloved, and it was great to see him back. So this would be another worthy inclusion, sort of in that vein. I think it's interesting because we were very high on this Crash Bandicoot Spyro inclusion pre-E3, and now I very much would lean to say this might be the most sensible next reveal, next inclusion, third-party addition based on Vergaben's history and his accuracy, as well as the Konami-Nintendo connection that previously allowed Snake and more recently allowed Bomberman to become an assist trophy.
Yeah, honestly, I am just excited at the prospect of new characters coming into the fold whatsoever. So, I'm going to cross my fingers, hope that this is real, and then also hope that that leads to at least a couple more new reveals on our way to December.
Absolutely. I will point out that there is the potential that he could be an assist trophy, and maybe he's in the game in that capacity. That totally makes sense as well. This Minecraft inclusion that's referenced seems like that is going to be an assist trophy, but Vergaben called Simon Belmont out in direct conjunction with Ridley and Ice Climbers as a playable character. So obviously, as Gabe mentioned, you got to take these things with a grain of salt, but things kind of line up here. So don't be surprised if you hear Simon's name called for Smash soon. In the meantime, let us know how you would feel about Mr. Belmont being the next addition to Smash, and how you feel about this line of thinking that Vergaben, Sakurai, Konami, it all kind of adds up. How do you feel? Let us know in the comments down below, everybody. Make sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all the latest and greatest from Switch and Smash. Follow us on Twitter and Discord, links in the description. And until next time, everybody, have a fantastic day. For myself and Gabe, Switch Force out.